Hi everyone, this is the Flowbyte Endless Runner tutorial video 5. Last video we covered the start of implementing collectibles as well as starting the score system. This video we will be finishing off the collectibles and adding in a game over / restart panel. Now don't be alarmed if you see any errors within the console. This is purely because we're missing a reference. The reference is the high score text, which we will be adding in shortly on the game over panel. You may have also noticed that the right side of the platforms doesn't seem to spawn in obstacles as often as the left or the middle lane. Some of this is due to just the randomness within the script and it's a bit of luck of the draw. We'll be creating a lot more platforms within the next few videos anyways. So for now the empty lane is good for testing the collectibles. The more variation you have within your platforms, the more results you'll get. So let's get some more UI mechanics going, starting with the game over panel. You can find this within the Flowbyte prefabs folder under UI and drag in the game over panel into the canvas. This game over panel will control the restart and general navigation from the main level to the main menu. You'll notice the game over panel has only two buttons when active, a restart button and a main menu button. The first thing we will do once that's in is go into the player character and add a new function within the on death event. We are simply going to turn on the game over panel upon death. Just to note, the death event timer is set to 2.5 seconds. This means all those events won't be called until that 2.5 seconds is finished. The next thing we will be needing for the game over / restart panel to work is the loading system itself. And to use this is quite simple. Just drag in the loading panel into the UI canvas also. The loading panel also needs to be set inactive, just like the game over panel, as this is called once you restart or return to the main menu. So to actually utilize this loading system, we need to add a single script to the UI canvas. You could add this in other areas, but this seems to be the appropriate location for now. The script you need is called loading system. And how this works is it references your build settings index and will load the index number you call when clicking a button or any event-based action. In this case, we just use buttons. So once that script has been added, you just need to fill in the slots. For the loading screen, it's the loading panel. For the slider, it's the slider within the loading panel, and the percentage is the percentage text also within the panel. So currently there are no scenes within the build settings, so just to add them, just simply drag and drop your desired scenes into the build settings window. Or in this case, you can just click add open scenes. Once that's done, we're just going to go into the game over panel and set the buttons to the appropriate scene index number. Right now there is only one scene until we implement the main menu, so currently only the restart button needs changing. To set the level is really easy. Just click on the restart button and in the click event, drag your UI canvas into the newly created event, choose loading system, then load level and set the number to 0. This is because in the build index it is set to 0. Later on this number will change once we have the main menu, but that's okay for now. So once you've set the restart function to work, set the game over panel back to inactive and press play to see the results. Once you reach 0 health, the game over panel will become active after the timer is up. Choose restart and the game will restart. Since we don't have any baked lighting, by the way, this means your scene's most likely gone very dark when restarting. So to fix this, just go into your lighting settings and choose generate lighting. Then when you come back and restart, the lighting will remain consistent. Now to fix up that previous error showing in the console with the missing reference to the high score, now that we have the game over panel in, we can just grab the high score number and drag that into the appropriate slot within the score panel. This is so your high score will show once you have finished the run. You can then restart and try again for a higher score. We then go into the players on death event and drag in the score panel to a new event and choose score actions, then update score. This is so the high score is to change to the current score within the last played level. It will also remain at its highest figure, so if you have a score that is below that previous high score, it won't show a new one unless you go above it. We are also going to go back into the players on death event and turn off the game events that's allowing the score to consistently go up, so that when you deactivate that and you die, the score won't just keep continually going up and it will stop. Then we will quickly just go in to fix up the height of the collectibles that are spawning in, just by simply adjusting the y-axis height within the keep distance script on the random collectible spawner inside the player. Adjusting this to something like 1.5 to 2, or whatever's good for you. If you have followed this entire tutorial and named your player to player exactly, there is another player prefab we have made within this package, so we just quickly need to change the new player model's name that we are using to something like player character. Anything different is fine. This way we aren't trying to find the previous player made for your speed-based score, otherwise the references kind of get mixed up. So just quickly changing the name will fix that, and either way you can use either character and your score will work fine. Next up, we're going to create a new platform, this time making it a platform with coins on it. Simply duplicate an existing platform, open it up in isolation, and then go to the Flowbyte prefabs folder and drag in the Flowbyte coin. This coin works very similar to the other collectibles, featuring a sphere collider, a rigid body, object trigger event, as well as it has a score action script to add the score when being triggered, and a rotate object script to make the coin spin. We will then create a few coins along a lane within the prefab, then create a centered game object and parent those coins to the newly created game object. Then duplicate that object another 2 times so you have coins within each lane. Then go into the platform itself and add a choose random event script. Set it from 1 to 3 and now make each row inactive, and then set them active within the newly created events, just like the obstacle activation in the other platform we created earlier. And then once that's done, add the newly created platform into the platform generator platforms list and hit play. You should now have coins and the score should immediately be going up once you collide with them. Now going to add the other collectibles within the random collectible spawner inside the player, adding in the ammo and the health pickups. All of these collectibles work very similar to one another. Just go through the scripts you see added and have a mess around with some of the settings. The health pickup features a zigzag object script. This makes the object face towards the player, and if you want it to move towards the player, check the move towards object to true. In this case it's false, as we just have it simply moving left to right. The rate of the movement is the speed it moves left to right, and the size of the movement is the scale in which it moves left to right. So currently it's 1.5 to the left, then it goes back to 0, then it goes 1.5 to the right. The ammo pickup is much more simple than the rest. It just needs to give the player some ammo back when you have a collision. Set the tag to ammo and you're good to go. We then need to quickly go into the player bones with any bones that have player collision. So in this case, it's just the head and the spine bone. And then change the ammo tag from ammo up to ammo, and you can then hit play and you will see coin platforms and the collectibles and play it all through and restart. So that actually finishes up this video. You now have a restart system, basic loading, all the collectibles, health, coins, ammo and a speed boost. You can now add score or remove score if you want to. In the next video, we will be finalizing the main mechanics of the game by implementing the main menu scene so you can start, finish and restart. The main menu system would also be useful for selecting other levels if you needed to, if you wanted to do different themes within each level or something like that. But for now, that's it. Thank you for watching.